After school, Kai nervously waits by the school gates, checking his phone for the third time in as many minutes. He starts to wonder if Akira was just being polite when she offered to help, but then he spots her approaching with that same confident stride from the morning. She apologizes for being a bit late, though she doesn't sound apologetic at all. She explains she had to deal with some student council paperwork, noting that transfer students apparently generate a surprising amount of bureaucracy. Kai blinks in surprise at the mention of student council, pointing out she's only been there for about 8 hours. Akira corrects him that it's been 7 hours and 23 minutes actually, and confirms that they were very eager to recruit her once they saw her academic records. She adjusts her bag strap, and Kai notices it's covered in subtle but high-quality gaming merchandise pins. She suggests they head somewhere they can discuss strategy, mentioning she knows a good cafe nearby. As they walk, Kai finds himself stealing glances at his companion. In the afternoon sunlight, her silver hair has an almost ethereal quality, and he's starting to understand why half the guys in class were staring at her during lunch. He ventures to ask about her mention of being good at gacha optimization, wondering if she's some kind of professional gamer. Akira's smile turns slightly mysterious as she explains he could say she has experience in the field. She mentions that her family is very invested in the gaming industry, though she leaves it at that vague statement. Before Kai can ask what that means, they're interrupted by a familiar voice calling his name. He turns to see Mei Tanaka running toward them. Mei is the treasurer of the student council, known for her practical nature and sharp wit, though she and Kai have barely exchanged more than polite greetings in their 3 years of shared classes. Slightly out of breath, she tells Kai she thought that was him and wanted to talk about something. Her words trail off as she notices Akira, and something shifts in her expression as she offers a simple hello. Akira introduces herself as the new transfer student, noting they met briefly during the student council introduction that afternoon. Her tone is perfectly polite, but Kai detects something like amusement underneath. Mei confirms she knows who Akira is, then explains she was actually hoping to speak with Kai about the upcoming Cultural Festival Budget Committee. She suggests they could really use someone with his attention to detail. Kai stares at her in confusion, pointing out she's seen his homework and once watched him submit a math assignment written entirely in the wrong language because he was half asleep. Mei quickly insists that was different, explaining he's very focused when something interests him, very dedicated. A faint blush colors her cheeks as she speaks. Akira watches this exchange with growing interest, her golden eyes flicking between them like she's watching a tennis match. She smoothly comments on how thoughtful it is for Mei to recognize Kai's hidden talents, then mentions they were just heading out to discuss some project management strategies. Mei's face falls slightly as she acknowledges this, suggesting maybe another time then and promising to see Kai tomorrow. As Mei walks away, Kai scratches his head in bewilderment, noting how weird it was since they've barely talked before and suddenly she wants him on a budget committee when he can't even budget his own lunch money. Akira makes a thoughtful sound, commenting on the interesting timing. When Kai asks what she means, she dismisses it as nothing important and directs him toward the cafe around the corner. The cafe turns out to be a cozy place with gaming memorabilia covering the walls and soft jazz playing in the background. Akira orders a complicated coffee drink while Kai sticks with hot chocolate, and they settle into a corner booth with excellent Wi-Fi. With the efficiency of someone conducting a business meeting, Akira pulls out her phone and suggests they see what they're working with. She tells him to download the game again so they can start from scratch. As Kai reluctantly creates a new account, losing his original username to some random player, Akira begins what can only be described as a masterclass in gacha optimization. She explains probability curves, optimal pulling strategies, resource allocation theories, and event timing with the kind of deep knowledge that usually takes years to develop. She explains that the key is understanding the pity system mechanics and exploiting the rate-up periods. Most players pull randomly based on emotion, but strategic play yields better results. She demonstrates by doing a 10 pull on her own account, which Kai notices is suspiciously high level for someone supposedly casual about the game. Her pull results in 2 SSRs and 3 SRs, which is statistically improbable. She attributes it to luck with a slight smile that doesn't look particularly surprised. Kai breathes that the pull was insanely lucky and asks about her account level. Akira vaguely mentions she's been playing for a while, closing the app before he can see more details. She redirects to the point that with the right strategy, they can get him back to a competitive level much faster than he'd expect. They spend the next hour with Akira coaching Kai through optimal team building, resource management, and timing strategies. She has an almost supernatural understanding of the game mechanics, and her casual predictions about upcoming events prove unnervingly accurate when Kai checks the official forums later. He finally tells her she's incredible at this, looking at his phone in amazement. In just one session, she's helped him build a more efficient starting team than he'd managed in his first month of original play. Akira modestly claims she has good instincts, though there's that mysterious smile again. She suggests the same time tomorrow, and Kai enthusiastically agrees, thanking her for the amazing help. As they pack up to leave, Kai's phone buzzes with a text message, then another, then three more in rapid succession. Akira observes that he's popular tonight. Kai checks his messages and frowns in confusion. One is from his sister Yuki asking if he wants her to make his favorite dinner as an apology for the deletion incident. Another is from his classmate Hana Sato, the quiet girl from art club, asking if he wants to see her latest painting sometime. The third is from someone he doesn't immediately recognize, but the message mentions seeing him at the cafe and hoping they can talk soon. He mutters that this is weird since he never gets this many messages. Akira suggests maybe he's having a good day, though her tone is oddly knowing. They part ways at the train station, and Kai heads home feeling more optimistic than he has since the morning. Not only does he have a path back to Gacha glory, but he's somehow made friends with the most interesting girl in school. Maybe his sister was right about good things coming from disasters. What Kai doesn't realize is that Akira watches him leave with a complex expression on her face. She pulls out her phone and makes a call, switching to what sounds like a much more formal register of Japanese. She confirms that she has made contact with the target and that he doesn't suspect anything yet. She notes that the account deletion was the perfect opening. After pausing to listen to whoever is on the other end, she acknowledges understanding the importance of maintaining her cover and assures them not to worry since he trusts her completely. As she ends the call and heads toward a much more expensive part of town than any high school student should reasonably be living in, Akira's smile takes on a slightly different quality. Fond, yes, but also calculating. The game she's playing is far more complex than even the most sophisticated gacha system, and Kai Nakamura has just become the most important piece on her board. Meanwhile, back at school, several girls are having very different conversations about the same boy they've somehow all noticed for the first time today. The quiet revolution has begun, though none of them realize they're part of a much larger story yet.